Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the tavern. I'm Spencer,
And I'm Eli.
and you may notice that we don't have the Discord thing up on the screen, and that's because Eli's here with me live in person.
Sucks to suck, nerds. I'm the favorite.
But welcome back to Bardic Blunders. So this is the last one of the year, so we got to make it a good one, unlike the other 12.
When has anything I touched ever been good?
I don't know. You're pretty decent at Halo.
Yeah, I didn't make it though. I just play it.
Yeah, your Halo playthroughs have been good. But all right. So actually, onto the topics. You had mentioned as I put on the topic board Warhammer Mumbo Jumbo.
I like the War Momo Jumbo.
War Momo Nomo.
Yeah, real quick. They previewed their new boxes coming out next year, or at least 3 of them. One in something that probably the only thing Spencer showed interest in, but that's Warhammer Old World. But that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy.
What was the word? Warhammer Old World.
Warhammer Old Worlds. Their first boxes are going to be Knights of Bretona versus the Tomb Kings.
Is that the Warhammer 30K?
No.
No, that's a different thing.
This is going back to the GW's original game, where they took a bunch of D&D miniatures that they had made and turned it into a war game.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which is cool, you know. I have a bunch of the super old models in storage, I believe, because my dad used to play with his weird combination of ogres and goblins.
Okay.
Because ogres can throw squads of goblins into your ranks.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for Warhammer. No one cares about the Dark Angels coming back. Other than me.
And why do you care about the Dark Angels, Eli?
Well, that's my 30k army.
Oh. Okay.
So they're just making affordable miniatures for 30k for me.
Very nice. I forgot to post on the Discord that we were going live, so...
I need to go find my phone because people keep messaging me. It's like I'm important or something. Normally I turn my phone to... That's just my sister. Who can also suck it.
All right. But that if that's all the Warhammer news, I knew you had mentioned before that there was some Warhammer news to talk about, which is why I threw that in there. The next topic.
Oh, the Sony stuff or the debates?
I put stupid debates first. This was a viewer request after hearing a little bit of our back and forth, you in the chat on my Hollow Knight stream, and should we just start with the big one right off the bat?
Is ice cream cake a cake?
Is ice cream cake a cake? It has been a debate me and Eli have had for years. Like I think 2020, dating back to 2020 now.
Yeah, that's when you and me started working together at that restaurant.
And we're literally sitting in the back of the restaurant before before open.
Oh no!
By the way,
no. This was before the restaurant had opened. We were painting.
I know. Yeah, exactly. It's not like there were customers or anything in there. That's the point I was making. We are in the back of the store. Everybody else is up front. And they at some point have to come to the back and be like, "You guys need to shut up. You're so loud," because we are full on yelling at one another about whether ice cream cake is a cake or not. I don't remember the initial question that sparked
It's like, what's your favorite cake for your birthday?
And I said ice cream cake.
And I said that's not a cake.
And because I don't like normal cake. I don't like birthday cake or birthday cake flavored things. There's very few like was it a Black Forest cake? That's the chocolate with the cherry filling.
Yes.
That is one of the few cakes I will eat.
It's a cherry ganache, but
see, that's my family's always called it a Black Forest cake.
Well, no, that's the stuff you put in it.
Oh, that's a ganache. Oh, okay.
It's basically just chocolate spread with cherry flavoring.
Okay, fair enough. See, I really like that cake too. But
There's
most
also
other kinds of cakes. Oh, dude, that's why I love it. You know me, can't stop hitting the bottle.
I look over towards your alcohol rack.
Yeah, with the one thing of Kraken rum in it that I barely touch.
Didn't I get that for you?
Not that one. The one you got for me was...
that one got drank.
Yeah, that got finished off. Between D&D and cooking. Like, that one got polished off relatively quickly. But most other kinds of cake, like, I can't eat chocolate cake or vanilla cake or anything like that from Walmart. You bought cupcakes for the final session of my D&D campaign. I took one bite and I was like, yeah,
I'm not a big cake fan either. I will say this. I never knew I would like carrot cake until I worked at a bistro where the owner was a French baker and she would make carrot cake and sell it, and that stuff was good. I could not stop eating it.
So, yeah, like carrot cake's not the worst. It's just like...
Well, you know how carrot cake's made, right?
No, I don't, actually.
So you take a bunch of carrots that you put through a blender.
Okay.
And then you pour sugar on it. And then you mix it in with your cake batter.
Okay.
Which it's like vanilla cake batter with
right.
carrots. And you bake it.
So it's like a quiche.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is more of a cake than ice cream cake.
Yep. So this has been the long-standing debate as to whether or not ice cream cake is cake. Most people have agreed with me and said it's cake.
Your chat says otherwise, my dude.
You had 2 people in my chat agree with you. Just about everyone we worked with at that restaurant agreed with me. My family, like everyone in my family has agreed with me. Everyone in the D&D group has agreed with me. Like
my family disagrees with me, so
yeah, exactly. Like this has been the funniest thing about this debate is most of the people take my side and they're like, yeah, it's freaking cake. It's, it's literally called ice cream cake. It's cake. But he gets like one person who's like, no, it's ice cream. And he's like, see, I told you.
I don't have to convince everyone. I just have to convince enough people and they'll spread my word. I'm making a cult.
But this has been a fun debate we've had for a long time about this. I really want, I absolutely, if I ever get like popular on here, I will make a poll. I'll say it now. If I hit 1,000 subs, I will make a poll. Is ice cream cake, yes or no?
And I will create 10,000 YouTube accounts and
I
say
know
no.
you will. I'm aware.
Because it's not real cake. If I put ice cream in the oven, what's going to happen? It's going to melt.
But there is cake in ice cream cake.
Not all the time.
It's not in there all the time, so it's never cake.
What's the main ingredient for cake?
Batter?
No, flour. Do you put flour in ice cream? No.
No, why would you put flowers in ice cream? That'd be pretty gross.
Vanilla's a flower.
See, I love you do your level best to piss me off about other things. like starting the arguments with the chicken, and that's another one we'll get to. But it's so funny how when it comes to cooking, I can really get your gander just by saying some dumb things.
It's because I've spent the past 8 years of my life slaving away at a job I don't like. I have never liked cooking. I have never liked any of it. I have just gotten good at it. I am considered a chef. I have put in more work than some of the guys who have been in the industry for 20 years. And I hate it. Every day I walk into a job that I hate to make food. And I don't care if my bosses see this. Because they know it better than I do. I walk in, I grumble and moan and complain the entire time I'm there. The happiest I am is when I see that clock and I have 1 minute left. And I go, I'm out. And I leave a minute early.
Oh my gosh.
And I go home and I sit down and I hang out with my friends, such as Sir Crumpets and Alex and Finn and Mikey, and we have fun. And I enjoy that a million times more.
And then you yell at people about cooking.
Yes!
The number of times Justin would be like, "Oh, this is what I cooked," and you'd be like, like I could hear the pain in your voice.
Yeah. Because it's like, if you're good at something, even though you hate it, you want people to be good at it.
You want other people to be good at it so you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah. But it'll never happen because people are lazy. Why cook my own food when I can go to a restaurant?
Yeah, because then I have a chef who knows what they're doing cooking my food.
You cook better than 90% of the people I've met. You cook better than some of the people I work with.
I know.
I watched a guy try and cook a chicken marsala the other day and burnt the chicken to the pan.
Well, hey, you can't give me too much credit. I went to make dinner the other day, and I turned the burner on and didn't realize I didn't turn it down from max and put the butter in the pan, and it just caught on fire.
You have to understand, I've caught stuff on fire that you're not supposed to catch on fire. I have caught roux on fire. I have worked with people who will go, "Oh, the pan's hot. Grab a rag, grab the pan, and the rag catches on fire." I've watched them do it and go, I don't...
Oh my god.
I hate this place, but I still need a job.
That's why you make the rag wet first.
Sure, do that. Do that the next time.
Don't listen to that advice. You will absolutely burn your hand if you make the rag wet. Don't grab a hot pan or anything like that with something wet.
You want to know why? Because it's a conductor. Same thing like if you're working with electrical stuff, make sure it's not wet because it carries a current.
But on to the next stupid question. This is Eli. You know what? I'll let Eli introduce it since this is his own stupid question.
Oh, on chicken and fish?
Yeah.
Okay. So, based on the fact that chicken, reptile, fish have a different vasculatory system than mammals do, does that make them not meat?
I say, no, they're still meat.
Because my question is, meat comes from mammals. Poultry comes from chicken and fowl.
Yes.
There, I don't remember the words because I don't work with fish or reptiles, but each one has its own sect of meat.
Well, I know if you are doing like a vegetarian diet but you eat fish, you're a pescatarian. I don't know if that
It probably
seafood maybe.
because in the same question, can you consider crabs and lobsters seafood?
Yeah,
But they're crustacean. They're bugs.
they're still from the sea.
Okay, so is a frog seafood?
No, because it's not from the sea. Have you seen any ocean frogs recently?
Okay, what about an alligator? Or a crocodile?
It's not from the sea. It's swamp food. The look of disappointment on his face.
So if I'm just like going around in a boat and I see a diver, I'm like, dinner, bam! And then eat that diver, is that considered seafood?
That's cannibalism. Of course it's not seafood. That's another human. If I throw a cow in the water,
Crabs don't live in water!
If I throw a
Crabs live on the beach!
if I throw a crab, or dang it, you made me sick. If I throw a cow in the water and then shoot it while it's in the water, is that seafood?
No! Then why are you arguing it?
Of course a diver isn't seafood then.
So what, the flying fish, it flies into the air, I shoot it, is it now foul?
No, it's still fish.
But it's not in the water anymore.
This is the argument you were just making. Crabs may not make their homes in the water, although there are that do.
There are, yes, but do we eat those? No.
I mean, we can, probably. It's too much of a hassle.
No, we eat like 2 or 3 kinds of crab.
Lobsters do live
Yes.
in the water.
And okay.
Group wants someone says tell him divers aren't born in the ocean.
So if I'm born in international waters, does that make me less of a person?
Oh my gosh.
I love this argument being on air because somebody's gonna come back and be like, this guy can't be a real chef. He's arguing that this stuff isn't meat and that is vegan friendly.
We do eat though. Yeah, Deadliest Catch. You've never heard of Deadliest Catch?
That's those are the guys who go out during the storms, right?
See, yeah, they catch I think king crabs.
Yeah.
King crabs are deep underwater.
Yeah, but they come up on land.
They do, but they live underwater.
Yeah. They do all their hatchery stuff on land.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not born. See? Crabs are...
I was going to say, does that make sea turtles not... I know we don't really eat sea turtles,
Not anymore.
But does that make them not seafood?
No. Because by the restraints that you have given me, if they are born on land, they are not seafood.
Do they live most of their life in the water?
Define most.
A majority. What the If a species natively lives in the sea, then it's seafood. Exactly. Thank you, group. So you can't argue it. We've completely gotten derailed from the original question, which is whether chicken and fish are meat or not.
Listen, I will say this up and down. Yes, they are meat. But I like to spark the argument.
He's an instigator.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the number of times when you've thrown something out and you get 2 other people to argue and you just sit there and laugh to yourself.
Yeah, because it's hysterical. Because people will just go that guy said a fact. So I'm going to go off of that one fact and form a whole argument on it. And then you have other people who said, that guy just said a fact. But that fact is maybe right, but it doesn't define what we're trying to argue. and they sit there and go at each other. It's great. I love not being in fights. I love watching fights. That's why I like the MMA so much.
You say you love not being in fights, yet we had a yelling argument on a drive once because you missed a turn. I said it's coming up in 0.5 miles, in half a mile. And you go burning past the first turn we've seen in 10 miles. And I'm like, that was the turn. And you're like, you didn't tell me.
How am I supposed to tell how far a half a mile is when I'm going 70 miles an hour down back roads?
Maybe you shouldn't be going 70 miles an hour. All poultry is meat, but not all meat is poultry. There you go. There you go. That's my exact response to that. Now, anytime that question gets brought up.
Okay, group, what about fish?
It's same thing. All fish is meat, but not all meat is fish. You just have to change the wording a little bit.
Actually, want to know what's really weird that I found out?
What?
Most of our pets that are carnivores can't be affected by the same diseases that we get from livestock animals.
Yeah, there's
Like dogs and cats can't get E. coli or salmonella.
There's quite a few animals that don't have to deal with the same.
I was told I'm not allowed to swear, so I'm not going to say what I'm about to say, group.
Jeez. Humans are weak in general. Absolutely. We have to be so careful about what we ingest. What was it that I was just reading earlier? It was like humans can't consume a certain creature. I don't know, mammal, fish, whatever it was, because of the way it dissolves in our stomach. It's like poisonous to us. But there are other animals that just eat it all the time. Since we started cooking, we lost the ability to deal with that. Exactly.
Actually, that brings up a very valid point, if you think about it, because hunter-gatherer society never really had to deal with this.
Right.
Because there was no sense in trying to kill stuff that was too hard to catch. So, you would go more for gathering, and then if you caught something, which was most of the time like deer,
or bigger things that like mammoth. Like that's why mammoth were hunted to extinction.
Those tended not to have the same diseases because there were herbivores.
Right.
Whereas you start to see E. coli pop up and trichinosis and salmonella from animals eating themselves.
Right.
And other meats.
Now that is a valid point. Two things that humans, at least I'm sure there are more, but chocolate, yes, kills so many other animals that we're just like, nah, it tastes good. It's sweet. And then spicy food. Like peppers and everything that are like, oh yeah, I developed this heat to keep creatures from eating me. It dissuades them. And humans are just like, spicy. Not hot enough. The pain is good.
So there are monkeys that can eat chocolate.
Okay.
But they're native to where cocoa comes from, so...
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like one of the only things they can eat without getting eaten themselves. But it makes them highly dangerous to be eaten by other animals, so...
Yeah, exactly. So what was that Walking Dead? You're eating tainted meat! Eating the guy who got bit by the zombie.
But no, there's like, it gets real weird because like, do you consider insects meat?
Not really, because no, I wouldn't consider insects meat.
Because most crustaceans come from insects. That's the big thing with the crustaceans part. Yes, they do have meat, but that's not actually meat you're eating.
Yeah.
Like, lobsters don't have muscle.
Right.
Neither do crabs. They have a not even like.
But it's also different than what like you crush a beetle and it's not the same thing that's inside.
It is. It's
Not
just
in a high enough quantity to eat.
well, you can eat it, but
Problem is you're eating the shell with
Yeah,
it, and you're getting a bunch of other.
in the sea, it's much easier for these things to grow to larger sizes where you can eat the fleshy bits.
Right. Peppers failed successfully. They evolved something to have only birds eat them to spread seeds that irritates other animals, and we like the irritation. Now peppers are one of the most. Yeah, that's exactly. That's like what was the thing that I was watching earlier. Most successful plants on the planet because we cultivate them. Yeah, that I was just watching. I saw, was it yesterday? The most ridiculous plants in the world where it's just got these seed pods, and if you so much as bump the plant,
they just shoot them
it
all?
just rockets
Yeah.
off and just leaves its seed behind it. And then there's another one that just explodes all of its seeds outward.
So, interesting thing about that is they say it's because it doesn't want to compete with its offsprings to grow for light and
Right.
stuff. However, scientists have just figured out through testing of the Amazon rainforest that plants have a whole like hierarchy system and will grow certain ways to allow new trees to sprout because it helps the ecosystem.
Yeah, okay.
So trees, while don't have brains, they do think and plan a society, which is really weird.
That, I mean,
Like, trees are smarter than some people.
yeah, absolutely. Now I will bring this up because I've seen the video a couple of times now. The guy was like, "What is your least feared animal or something like that?" And the guy responds, "Fish." The guy goes, "No, animal." It's like, "Yeah, fish." It's like, "No, fish is not an animal." He's like he just pushes the mic away and takes his headphones off, and he's like,
I was going to
You're
try and
kidding
start
me.
that with you. I was going to try and start that with you. I was hoping you hadn't seen the video.
That's how I do it. Just explode everywhere.
Nice to know, group. Anyway, these are your fans,
Isn't that,
man.
yes, I know. Isn't that how we all do it? Just explode everywhere with consent.
Actually, that leads to an interesting question.
Oh gosh, what a question!
So you're out and there's 10 people around you, but you get consent from all 10 people to flog the
Do the
one-eyed.
hanky panky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a date with Mary and her 5 sisters.
Is that still illegal?
If you got consent from all of them, no.
Even if it's in a public space?
Well, if it's in a public space, then it's public indecency.
But how am I being indecent if everyone's consenting to it?
So you're assuming there's nobody else.
Yeah, like we're behind a building doing crack or something.
Then you have other problems. That would explain why you're behind a building getting consent from 10 people to polish your pole.
Flog the one-eyed man.
It's consensual, just not legal. Exactly. Yeah,
That's how Eyes Wide Shut stays open.
I'd rather not be badgering the witness in public.
We can't do this in person anymore.
You could murder someone with their consent. Murder is still illegal. Exactly.
Not in Canada.
Well,
It's legalized suicide.
I was gonna say Canada is like awful right now.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh,
Lordy.
how did we get off on that tangent? What was the phrase I used that was like if you don't like tangents and non sequiturs, this isn't the podcast for you.
There's my quote for the day.
Because consent wasn't the
your phone? No,
deciding
this is mine.
factor there.
Gore, I'm just not Gore. Group, I'm so confused. I can't read.
Yeah, you're also half blind.
Yeah. How do you know so much about everything?
He's a smart man. He's yes, right? How do you think assisted suicide goes down? They just have to just have free reign to stab or whatever. Hey, do you want to die? Yeah, kinda. All right, cool. Bang.
But they don't have guns in Canada. So it's more like a hockey stick, and they just beat you to death with a hockey stick.
I was gonna say it's like Britain. Except Britain's like, oi mate, you got your stabbing license? You got your license for being stabbed?
Group,
Yeah, of course, the assisted suicide isn't just like, oh, this guy wants to die, I'm gonna beat him over the head with a bat. Like, of course it's not that. That would be pretty funny, though, if you could just be like, yeah, man, I want to die. And somebody else is like, all right, cool. Like, pedal to the metal, just run you over. That would be a disaster, but it would be hilarious. The image is really funny.
When I die, I want you to do one of two things.
Oh, gosh.
I'm getting cremated either way, so it doesn't matter. So, I either want you to shoot my ashes out of a cannon, because I just wanted to see how hard... I won't be around. I just want you to know how hard it is to get a cannon in today's day and age. Or shoot me into space on something.
Wonder what that class in med school looks like. Oh, boy. Jeez Louise.
We're idiots.
Yeah, we are.
Who would let us do anything?
Good question.
How did we graduate high school together? How did you graduate with like a 3.7?
I mean...
Wait. How did they let me graduate is the better question.
Good question. It's especially funny that I have a 3.7, especially because from sophomore year on, if I didn't get my homework done at school, I didn't do it. It's like I'm not doing homework at home anymore. Fun fact, there's a program that is trying to get to space using kinetic force instead of rockets.
Yes. I've seen this.
Oh, then, we absolutely need to lead the charge on that. And
I'll send me up. I don't care. Just make it a spectacle.
how much C4 do we need to put under the trash can lid to send you into space?
It turns out, if you explode a nuke underground with a manhole cover over it, it'll send it almost to the moon. The Russians figured that out. And yes, group, they do throw things very hard. It's with centripetal force.
Oh, so I can just catapult you into space.
Yeah.
It would be like that episode of Phineas and Ferb, and Ferb modded the spaceship, and he's like flying through space, and the skin is flapping off the back of his skull, and he has to reach back and pull it back over.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. But, I don't know how to segue into Sony. That is the fastest the humans have ever launched something. That lid set a record yet to be broken. Absolutely. The whip was the first thing to break the sound barrier. The manhole was the first thing to break the speed of light.
Domp. I just wish I heard that noise of that thing just like... Because, like, I've heard planes fly close to the ground, and it's terrifying. I've heard gunshots go over people's heads. Terrifying. Because it sounds like a snap. It sounds like a whip going over you. I want to know what that sounded like.
That had to be the most amazing sound of the world. I also love the idea of, like, you just... see the manhole cover disappear.
What's this called? Side tangent? The show? Yes. It'll be the last thing you ever...
I love the image of the manhole. Just immediately it's there, and then it's gone, and then you're like looking up, and you just see the moon, and just like on the moon. Imagine standing on that, dude. I actually, that's how I want to die.
Would it just like turn you into paste?
I think it would. I think you would be immediately flattened with how fast that thing moves up. All of your bones would be crushed.
I want to take video game logic into this.
It absolutely. So I'll tell you what it would end up like. It would just be red mist.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, the Sony stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to segue into is... So I wrote Sony sucks, but you actually saw the story, so I'll let you explain it.
So a game developer got banned from producing video games for Sony ever again. Because he I don't remember exactly what game he made, but it was a disc form where he left enough space on the disc that you could burn any PS1 game onto it and be able to play it on the new PS5. And it took people a while, but when they figured it out, let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the...
It might have been a slightly older article, but I saw that and just couldn't... It had to be recently just because... And because they found out and he purposely had done it, because it wasn't like one disc was like this, it was all the discs.
Okay.
And they were like, no.
That's pretty funny.
And I was just like... I read it and I was like... That man is a hero.
Absolutely. And I can't even, like... I know I wrote Sony sucks, but it's understandable.
Oh, yeah.
The action they took is just really... It's really funny. Like...
And it was something that wasn't, like, noticed. And the guy made it, like, a while before somebody tried it.
Oh my gosh. I love how things like that can just slide under the radar.
Yeah.
That's there. I was watching a video last night about Hollow Knight speedrunning and how a charm was like secretly broken for years and nobody knew why. And it was just like you put on the charm and it dealt like 112 damage base without any buffs, where your normal nail with all the buffs you can put on it does is 56. So then you buff it and it jumps up to like almost 200 damage a hit.
Oh wow.
And so they figured that out. Please don't facilitate illegal activity under our brand. Yeah, Fluke Nest. So it turned your forward spell into just like a shotgun. And so
I do like shotguns.
It would just, it's like a shotgun of grubs that would just obliterate anything that was in front of it. And then finally they were like, okay, we need to tone this down a little bit. But then they like kind of nerfed it into the ground. Everybody was like, oh, it sucks again. But then they updated it a little bit, and somebody noticed that there was an issue where the hitbox was bigger than it was supposed to be, so you could double hit some enemies with it. So even though its damage had been dropped by a bunch, it's like each individual one is hitting them twice. So it's just, it once again catapults the damage really high. Not as bad as it used to be, but
It's like I love watching game developers reacting to their game being speedran because it's so funny, dude.
oh dude, that's watching speedrunners, and I'm like, how did you figure that out? How like what?
Like probably the funniest one was somebody was speedrunning Halo CE on Legendary and beat the game in like under 2 hours.
Jeez.
Because there's like certain points in the geometry, because we all know the hardest level is the library.
Right.
But there's certain parts in the geometry where you can stand, so we would grenade jump there, and it would clear the floor. And then you would jump down so it would kill all the flood.
Okay.
Because it would say that he's on the next level up, so it needs to clear out all the backlogged enemies.
To make room. Yeah. And there was another one that I remember seeing on the second level. On
Yeah.
the,
Killing all the Marines.
yeah, where all the Marines are in the holdout in the canyon with all the rocks and everything, and you want to kill them as fast as possible without pissing off the Marines.
Yeah,
But
because it skipped you over that point of having to rescue them.
right. But if it's so RNG based, because if they don't all die before you go far enough away that it freezes them, everything stops. And it won't pass that objective, so it's super like, oh man.
I love watching because you get so many developers that go, yeah, we kind of made this game so you could kind of speedrun it. And then you have the Portal 2 developers like, we have been trying to patch this game for years, and it has failed every single time.
Well, and my favorite one is like, hey, we patched this super broken thing. Oh no, this broke this other thing. Uh-oh. Or like, somebody's just like, hey, I added this new thing, and they accidentally had a 9 in the code when it was supposed to be a 1, and so it's just in like just one little typo, and all of a sudden this thing is insane. I love when that happens.
That's what happened with the Halo C Magnum.
Yeah.
They accidentally put the damage too high, and because at that time you couldn't like patch things, they were just like, well, this is how it is now.
Yep.
And just left it, and they were like, who cares?
Sequence breaks are always fascinating. In Security Breach, people were time traveling. Oh my gosh. Security Breach is so broken. Have you ever seen anything with Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't play horror games, remember?
I know. Trust me, this one's not scary at all. It is not frightening in the slightest. As a matter of fact, it ends up becoming more of a rage game whenever you get set back 4 hours by a stupid glitch killing you. But the game is so broken. What's up, Cheese? The game is so unbelievably broken. Literally, like, you can walk up. So it's not like the other Five Nights at Freddy's games where you're sitting there opening doors. You are going through this pizzaplex. It's like a mall based off of.
Okay, yeah, I have seen Markiplier play this.
Yes, yeah, because I remember your sisters were watching that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that my sisters will sit there and watch, and I just am sitting there on my phone, and I'm just like, I guess I'm watching this with you now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Security Breach was as popular as it was because it was broken.
Geez, we're on Sony Sucks.
Although we have kind of, I mean, we're talking about a tangent of that, so the game could not have been play tested. Absolutely not. Dude, the number of, like, even, they were like 10 patches in, and there was still so many glitches. Like, there was one, so what they did, they made a terrible decision. So they made it like, you're completing objectives and you're there until 6 a.m. like all the Five Nights at Freddy's games. But once you hit 6 a.m., you have the option to either stay or escape. And you get different endings based on what you do. But once you hit 6 a.m., you can't save anymore. You can't save your game. Which in and of itself would not be a bad concept if not for the fact that an animatronic could randomly glitch through the door or from halfway across the map and kill you and you couldn't do anything about it, and then you just got reset multiple hours because of that. Or like Freddy would glitch and you'd like there's an insanely hilarious clip from Markiplier's playthrough of it where he's trying to call Freddy. He's getting chased by one of the other animatronics and he calls Freddy. He's like, Freddy, help, Freddy, help. And Freddy just goes running right by him. But he's like, Freddy! Like,
I will say this, Markiplier, I don't know how he has stayed relevant for so many years in the gaming community.
I mean, dude.
There's a couple of those guys that have been relevant for so long.
And that's the thing. That's what I've thought, where I'm like, I want to expand my basis of what I do, because gaming channels really don't go that far anymore.
Yeah.
That's a very early 2010s thing. And it's like, Markiplier still plays games, but he's also made a movie, and he's, did the In Space with Markiplier and all that kind of stuff. And Jacksepticeye barely plays games anymore. He does mostly React content now.
Moist Critical.
Moist Critical, yeah, used to play a bunch of games, and now he's like a news YouTuber, but he covers stupid news. It's like,
And starts arguments with other people.
Yes. Such an insane decision. It was literally said, do these hours of extra gameplay perfectly without stop. Yeah, 100%. That's the thing. If it wasn't so long, oh man, that's why I never played Security Breach. Like, there's most of the Five Nights at Freddy's games I didn't play because they got repetitive after a while. But Security Breach especially, I was like, I'm not touching that. Because the number of games where I've lost progress in the game because I died and forgot to save and I just put the game down and never touch it again. I've done that multiple times because legitimately I'm like, you've done it once?
Once.
Plague's Tale?
No, I didn't. I just gave up on that game because I did not like that game. I did not like the mechanics of that game.
Right.
If that makes sense. It was the only horror game I've truly ever played.
Oh, Layers of Fear. You've told the story about it. You told it on the Halloween episode. You can still make it with gaming, though. You just can't reach top popularity, but the niche is still there. Absolutely, and that's what I enjoy playing games, and that's what I want to primarily do. And same thing is, like, I'm not really posting videos. I've only been doing streaming. And typically, if you do that, you want to do that on Twitch. But I refuse to do it on Twitch right now. Twitch is a freaking nightmare right now. It's basically a porn site.
Ayo.
Don't say Ayo to that.
I'll be on Twitch tonight instead of D&D.
Twitch is just becoming another cam site. It's so ridiculous with all the things on it. And so I'm like, I don't really want to stream on Twitch. Like, I was thinking about doing both. Twitch is dying. We have nothing else but YouTube. Yeah, because I said the P word. I hope that's not a banned word by YouTube that's going to get
probably is.
I mean, why do I care about demonetization? I can't even make money.
But here's the funny thing, if you think about it. We're smearing their biggest rival.
Absolutely.
So YouTube, if you're listening to us,
Twitch sucks.
Twitch sucks.
Give me a contract.
Yeah, let's all... yeah, I'll sign it too.
Yeah, I mean, there's Kick and there's one other streaming platform.
The Amazon one, don't use it.
Well, the Amazon one is Twitch. Twitch is owned by Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it sucks.
Exactly. No, the Kick. I don't know who runs Kick, but. And I don't know how to stream on it either because OBS doesn't have it as an option. Rumble's the other one. Thank you, Cheese. Yeah. So, and that's what most streamers are jumping ship to go do. But like Kick has paid a couple streamers a lot of money to leave Twitch. Like XQC He
Don't know
made.
who that is.
He's just. It's. It's the content equivalent of prison slop. So. Sorry to any XQC fans out there, but Twitch is turning into, yeah. Twitter is X. I refuse to call it X. YouTube is AdTube. Facebook is dead and sells your data. What happened to our internet? Good question, man. Even 10 years ago, it was like completely different.
So I want to say this now. I have not had an ad on YouTube in over 5 years.
He likes to brag about it. It would be really funny if you secretly had a YouTube subscription that gets taken out of your account every month and you just don't
because
notice.
I changed banks.
Oh. See, and I think that one of the terrible things is too, I used to do in high school when this was just my account for watching YouTube. What I used to do is I would actually it wasn't my only account for watching YouTube. I would get the 30-day trial of YouTube Red and then cancel that account.
Yeah.
And then make a new one and do that again. And this was the last account that I did it with, that I stuck with after that. And I think after you do the YouTube Red free trial, it bombards you with more ads to try and get you to pay for it again.
I never did YouTube Red.
I know.
It's probably why I've never gotten ads.
He's not bad, he just looks like a goblin. Was that a goblin sound?
What, goblins can't laugh? Racist?
Was that a goblin? Racist? What do you... I was just wondering if that was a goblin laugh. That didn't sound like a goblin. Sounded like a crack addict.
That really hurt.
Yeah, I imagine.
That did not feel good on my throat.
You're DMing tonight. You know, you sounded like a CP.
What's a CP?
I know what one shortening of CP means. I'm not gonna say it. It's very illegal. Not the word itself, but yeah, the look on your face says you got it. Never tried YouTube Red. Always happily watched ads for support. Then 1 became 2. Oh my gosh. That was the worst when it was like...
I guess I also don't watch a lot of big YouTubers that get ads.
That's possible too.
Because I know ads come with monetization.
Yeah, so people don't get ads on my...
So you know what you do? Instead of monetizing your videos, you start a Patreon.
Yeah.
And a merch store.
I'm not big enough to have merch.
Yeah, well, eventually if you get there.
Well, yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Dude, I was literally thinking that from my Hollow Knight short where I'm like challenged and to just see the sun grow wings, and I'm like, is that the sun? It's like, that would be a great shirt. But yeah, 5-second skip became unsuitable minutes, and then I downloaded ad block. Dude, I got so pissed because I have Opera GX and was using the ad block from that because it comes with a VPN as well. And YouTube was just like, yeah, we got through the ad block, so we made it, they like got ads to... The ads would just show up as a black screen, so I didn't actually see the ad, but I was still getting ads and not my video. So I went and downloaded another an extension for the browser that gets rid of YouTube ads. Like that, combating my ad block is one of the easiest ways to piss me off. Like I was looking for something on another website and got multiple times where it would be like, it would be like, oh, you have ad block on. We rely on ads to support our site, so turn it off if you want to use it. I'm just like, nope, not using that. Link the extension. I don't have the extension for it. I just looked up YouTube ad block or YouTube ad block extension or something like that.
And that's how you get banned from YouTube.
Exactly.
Anyway.
In Minecraft. is the only one that works because they update mere hours after YouTube breaks it. Yeah. That's one that's been working. I still get irritated because I go to watch YouTube on my phone and I haven't found an ad block that stays consistent on my phone. And so I typically try and watch YouTube on
Do you
on the
just want
computer.
my YouTube details?
No.
That way you could just watch everything ad
See,
free.
the thing is, that's gonna start suggesting you what I watch, and I watch like the dumbest things on YouTube. Do we now go into our YouTube search history and see who has the dumber, not search history, watch history, and see who has the dumber?
I don't want to do that now because you're gonna make fun of me.
He's out here looking up nude yoga on YouTube. Let's see. NHL Heritage Classic logos ranked. Packers suspended Jari Alexander. Tampa Bay Bucks tried to hide this from us. Just talking about how good they were.
Actually, right now it's not that bad.
Moist Critical. CoffeeZilla.
I watch a lot of
Grassi.
shorts. I have a lot of City Skyline.
See, the weirdest thing you're gonna find in my history is like ASMR because I use that to fall asleep.
Mine's gonna be a lot of VTubers because I've been getting.
You started watching VTubers.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but I find it so fascinating.
Expressions.
I just find VTubing so fascinating.
Of course you do. Eli wants to become a VTuber, by the way.
I think it would be really funny. Connor Dog. I thought that said corn dog, and I was like, yo, that guy's got a good name. What's a TGAT?
We'll support that. He probably typoed that. It was probably just that. I'll support that.
Oh, me being a VTuber? You guys don't understand. I'm so close to the screen trying to read this because I don't have my glasses.
You're blind as a bat.
Don't need to see to cook.
And that's why you're a cook.
Also, that's the other thing. This is quite funny because this year it has come very much into light how I play video games versus how you play video games.
Oh gosh, yeah. We'll talk about this. So, I play video games like a sane person. I become VTuber Eli.
I was gonna just do Ghost Guy.
Yeah, that Ghost Guy is his
gamer tag
gamer
on pretty
tag.
much everything but Xbox.
So yeah, I play video games like a normal person. With sound and everything. Eli plays without sound.
Yeah.
And he's also colorblind, so he has to turn on
I turn on
all the
colorblind.
settings. I don't care to become a VTuber, I need more content.
When I get my new computer in the coming year, I will definitely start streaming. Yeah, group, I don't play with sound. I don't play with... Most of the time I just go to, if they have it, the black and white settings.
Yeah, dude, literally, we'll be playing Minecraft, and I'll be like, I just heard a zombie. There's a dungeon near here, and he's like, I can't hear that. Or he'll be building something, and you can't hear. You're up on this edge, you get shot off by a skeleton, you're like, how was I supposed to know? I'm like, I don't know, if you had sound on, maybe you'd know it'd been shooting at you for the past 5 minutes and couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, so of course it was missing. The entire wall is covered in arrows, and because your dumbass has no audio, you can't tell that it's there.
Also, this is gonna probably upset a lot of people. I also, as soon as I start any game, I turn on all this. I just wing it in every single game.
See, I tend to do that too.
Without sound, no color, you know that when a game, 50%.
OBS, what is your issue?
Ooga booga.
I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, right? No, that's not interrupting it.
My laptop is probably connected to your Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. I use subs because I'm dyslexic.
No, I'd play without audio because I just get distracted.
I have ADD and I don't have that problem. What kind of freaking excuse is that?
No, I will literally just... I also don't talk a lot when I game, which is going to be really hard for me to do when I start streaming. Would you notice this a lot in Lethal Company? Because I'll just wander around and not talk.
I use subs because I'm hard of hearing randomly only when it's important to the story. Need audio to not get distracted. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's dude, I play Hollow Knight, I play Dark Souls, they have audio cues for certain attacks that help you know when one is coming.
I don't need
like
that.
what attack they're doing. Hey, all right, jackass, let's go play Hollow Knight then. I want to see you play Hollow Knight with no sound. I want to see how well you do. That's going to be the first game you stream when you set up your VTubing thing. It is free on Game Pass. Download it immediately, and I want to see your playthrough.
Done.
That's going to be a disaster.
You know, it's going to be even funnier when I'm better at the game than you are without sound.
But you also miss out on all the incredible music. That's another thing. People call me autistic because I have a whole, which I am, but like I'm not gonna deny that. But they specifically are like, you have a playlist of video game music. Yeah, of course you're autistic, and I'm like, it's good music. Played Overwatch, sound is majority, or yeah, exactly. We play League of Legends. Do you know how many abilities have sound cues in League of Legends?
Yeah.
You're like, how do you know that's coming? I'm like, I don't know, because I can freaking hear.
I would also like to point this out, group. All the first-person shooters I play without aim assist on controller.
Mm-hmm.
We played, there was a while where our play group was playing Overwatch, and I had to go and turn off aim assist, and all of a sudden I went from getting 0 kills in a match and playing support to just leading the leaderboard.
I'm not autistic. I am the autism.
But I do play a lot of games without audio. I had to play Lethal Company with audio because it wouldn't be as scary.
And you couldn't, you wouldn't be able to hear the in-game, like the voice, us talking to you. See, I don't really play FPS on controller, so...
Yeah. But it's also funny because, you see how well I do in Halo without aim assist.
Yeah. Freaking dropping 30 bombs sometimes.
Because, something I learned with aim assist is if something walks in between you and the thing you're shooting at, it'll track on them, and you have to, like, pull it off. So I just turn it off, and you never have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what Eli does. Like, because when we play Halo Infinite, I play on computer, and so he's put in the PC pool, and he'll still drop like 27 kills in a match.
In Slayer too, not even like.
Not like CTF, not like Oddball where you can just kill a bunch. I play Ultra Kill. Aim assist doesn't exist, and the sensitivity is high. That's what's so funny. Whenever he sees the way I play, my mouse is super sensitive. Which, by the way, I need to point out how fast I just got a new mouse for Christmas, and the
Oh, that would make me sick, flipping around that much.
so yeah, this is I'm gonna place my mouse in the middle of the screen. I'm literally just gonna tap it.
Jeez, man. I
Like, look at how. What's the point of this? Who wants their mouse to move this fast?
CS:GO players.
Oh yeah, probably.
CS:GO's weird. I wanted to learn how to play, but then I was like, nah, I don't have the time. I'd rather play Siege.
Siege was conceptually more fun,
Yeah.
but when I got kicked from a lobby because I didn't clutch a 1v5 after my entire team died, and I almost did. I almost clutched it. I got down to one other person, and they managed to kill me, and they're like, kick, kick, kick. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I can't stand this anymore. But last topic I wanted to hit on was the year in review.
This year sucked. Well, not for you.
Oh yeah, I had a decent year. Well, I mean, I did spend half the year off of work, but which mentally was great. Financially, it was not.
And I own 2 restaurants. And you think I'm doing any financially better?
Probably. Probably a little bit. But I mean, I don't know that I played a bunch of games this year. New releases.
Well, there's Lethal Company, but
Lethal
everyone
Company, but
played that.
that's yeah. I didn't get to play any of the. Well, I played Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3. So there were some incredible games released this year. I didn't really go to the movies. I
Yeah, no.
think was Dungeons and Dragons early this year or was it late
No.
last year? Now I need to check.
It was MegaCon, so probably.
No, I didn't type the second D in D&D. 2023 film.
Hey, so we did.
So
see that.
yeah, so that would be my movie of the year.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the theaters any other time during the year.
Actually, no, I did see a few other movies just because they went straight to streaming services.
Okay, yeah, but that's the only time I've gone to the movies twice in the last 2 years. Once for D&D. Can you guess the second one?
Yeah, isn't Sonic?
22. Yeah, Sonic 2.
The last movie before D&D I saw was the newest Jurassic World movie.
Oh,
And I hated it.
yeah, that movie sucked. I didn't even watch that movie. I watched like a 10-minute review. I was like, "Oh, this movie's bad."
Oh, and I love dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dinosaurs are cool, but the movie wasn't.
Yeah.
Man, this year flew by because I was off of work for so long. Literally, so I tore my shoulder on January 27th, and it's already almost been a year. It's just like it's 1 month off of a year since that happened, and it does not feel like that. This year just rocketed by. I mean the biggest thing from this year has been my YouTube channel. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really do much on it before this year. I kind of posted a little bit. I had videos, but
So when I start up my YouTube channel, we need to have a race to 1,000, right?
sure.
And we get to pick the punishment for the person who doesn't make it. And we both post it, right?
I don't know. But
You even have a head start.
so I was gonna say I'm at 136 subs right now, and I gained 121 this year, which is absolutely bonkers to me. Just in the last 28 days, I've gotten 46. Like, you guys are so awesome. That, like, this originally, the only thing I was posting on my YouTube channel was clips from playing in the PS4. That it was like the Xbox app let you look at your clips that you took, but the PlayStation app didn't. So I just posted them on YouTube so I could show my friends. And originally, I remember sitting there with 3 subscribers and joking around like I'm famous. But then one of the subscribers was you.
Yeah.
One of the subscribers was
Justin.
not Justin.
Oh.
I don't remember who, because it was you, it was somebody I used to work with, one of my old coworkers.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember who the other person was, but it was like I knew all of you.
Yeah.
And then I got 4. I'm like, oh, I don't think any of my friends subscribed. Did somebody actually subscribe to my YouTube channel? And then it just slowly, I think I was sitting at 17 when I started live streaming.
Yeah.
And like, man, I never expected to even be at I mean 30, let alone 130. So
All Spencer is saying is he really appreciates you people.
I do.
This is the happiest
Like-
I've seen him in a long time. He's a happy little boy.
I have so much fun getting on here playing games and talking with you guys. And I don't care if this doesn't turn into a career. I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I'm able because it's fun and people are entertained by me. That is the most like heartwarming thing in the world. People actually think I'm entertaining enough to watch. And that has been the coolest part of this year. And you know,
I'm proud of you.
whether I end up, you know, grow into a big channel and having thousands of subscribers, or whether I just stick around 100, I don't really care.
Time to go unsubscribe.
Mass unsubscribe.
Back down
Drop
to
me-
3.
I was gonna say drop me all the way back down to 3.
Get a haircut, get a real job.
Oh boy. But yeah, I think this has been not too bad a year.
It's also weird that I'm here in person because normally half the time
We're in a content drought, so yeah, we needed some new faces, and I'm glad I found you. Thank you, Cheese.
I'll start streaming soon enough and you guys will have to deal with me.
He's currently I don't want to describe that.
Playing with my areolas.
I was gonna say he's fondling his chesticles, but
I just need to figure out how to do a VTuber thing.
yeah, I don't know how complicated that is.
Well, I will find out and let you know.
But yeah, we still got a couple of more streams before the end of the year. It's the 27th, so
I don't think I'm in any of them, so I'll probably just be poking my head and making fun of you like I normally do.
yeah, because I was actually going to, so tomorrow I'm doing Platinum, and on Saturday I had said I was doing Oblivion, but I was actually going to change it and do Frog Detective.
Oh yeah, because I haven't even started that game.
Yeah, we keep doing our little like game club at the beginning of each month, and then I think we both forget to play the game until like the last day of the month.
It would be funny if Eli put on a voice changer. Oh, I'm not putting on a voice changer. This is the voice you're getting all the time, baby.
No, you should get a voice changer though, so you could do like Chibi does and Ray's streams.
I'm so cold.
She'll switch to like Joe Biden.
I might put a voice changer on there just to be.
I would love to do a voice changer, dude. That is so funny to me. Like it, I know it's such low hanging fruit, but just like like when Chibi does it, and she's like, as Joe Biden, she's like, guys, I'm so cold. When they're running around the facility in Lethal Company. I just want ice cream.
You know, if on YouTube you can do group.
Squad streams like
Yeah.
they do on Twitch? I don't think so.
We just link it to each other's channel.
Yeah. But
Yes, that was my neck and back cracking.
I'm aware. What was the... Oh, was it... Biden, the most powerful man in the free world, can't get up the stairs.
God damn. Hey, you're at 4 views on this.
Yeah,
Is
sweet.
this how this thing works?
Yeah. This tells you how many are currently watching. That's the chat rate, views, and the average view duration.
Is this a touchscreen?
No.
Oh.
It's a computer monitor.
Oh, man. I might have to bring back Drunk Eli for a few streams a year.
Oh, gosh, don't do that.
That would be funny, though. Plus, that means I could honestly tell my other job that I hate them more than I already do.
That's fair. Do you have your quote for this week? Because I think I remembered my quote, but I have to look it up.
Da 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 da. Quotes, 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 quotes.
Let's see. I think mine was what Professor Rowan leaves you with after you get the champion. You beat the champion in Pokemon Platinum, but I can't find it. Well, shoot. That's not great.
Uh-huh. What?
You just got freaking roasted, dude. Oh my gosh. That is incredible. Jeez.
Okay. You know what's really funny about that? Every single computer I have had since I was a junior in high school has been a touchscreen. So, it's almost 10 years now of touchscreens, guys. I got my quote. It's from Doom.
Go ahead.
We send you unto them. We will send unto them only you.
Shoot, I can't find the Professor Rowan quote.
Actually, that reminds me. I should message my sibling that's really good at art.
I didn't want quotes from the Pokemon anime. Oh no.
Da 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 da. Ba 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 da ba da. Ah ba da da ba da ba ba da ba. Do ba da ba 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 da ba da.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the musical stylings of Eli.
Ba da da ba 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 ba.
I'm so sorry.
Da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da. Fuck. Oh.
Really? Right at the end? We made it all the way through without you cursing. And right at the end.
Studios
Oh, OBS
disconnecting.
just died.
Oh no. Not my OBS. OBS, you're
Reconnection
back.
successful. All right, we're back. Sure, we'll go with this quote from the Pokemon anime. There's no sense in going out of your way to get somebody to like you.
Oh, maybe that anime was full of inspiring things.
Yeah, like my favorite quote. Pika Pee!
Also, it's going to be even funnier if I do start streaming because you and me conflict very heavily on the games we play.
Oh yeah, 100%. The stream died after you cursed. YouTube knew. It was just like,
No.
we're putting that to a stop. But yeah, I think that's all we got for this one. You got anything else?
No.
All right, well, thank you people for watching. And tally ho!
Tally ho.
Oh, you freaking tool.
Yeah, let me count down for you. Ah!